Okay, so in Seesaw, I've clicked on my Activities tab, and now I can see the parts of speech activity. Before I add a response, I need to make sure that I listen to the instructions and watch the instructions, the example. Once I do that, I can click Add Response. If I get confused anytime, I can go back to View Instructions and I can re-watch the example. Okay, parts of speech. I need to look at this picture and write a 3-word caption. A caption is like a little description of a picture. So I'm going to need to go grab my text tool. 3-word caption. So for this one, I'm going to say, dogs are silly. That's my 3-word caption. There we go. And I need to highlight the subject. So what's my caption about? The subject is dogs. There's my subject right there. Those dogs are the subject and they're being silly. So now that I've kind of thought about the picture and what's in it, I can start being more specific. I'm going to get my text tool again. And nouns are stuff I see. So what kind of stuff do I see in that picture? Well, I definitely see dogs. That's for sure. And I see a car. And I see a person. So that's the stuff that I see in the picture. Dogs, car, person. And then verbs, that's what's happening in the picture. I'm going to show you a trick. This is already the correct size. I'm going to click on the 3 dots and pick duplicate and just make another copy and bring it down here. Now I can click in it and write my what's happening. Dogs are, what are they doing? They are walking. They are driving. This dog inside the car looks like it's smiling. Smiling. That's what's happened. Walking, driving, and smiling is happening in the picture. Now, I'm going to talk about pronouns. Pronouns are words that refer to stuff without calling it by its whole name. So instead of saying dogs, I could say they. Instead of saying car, I could say it. Instead of saying person, I could say, what do you think that person is? Maybe she. Those are my pronouns. Oh, I only needed 2. Okay. I'm going to say they and it. I'm going to drag that over into the pronouns area, resize it a little bit. Now I'm going to do that same exact trick that I just showed you with the 3 dots, and I'm going to duplicate and drag it down into the describing words. Describing words make things interesting. I could say dogs, but you don't know what kind of dogs, right? So what kind of dogs are they? Or what kind of car? So I could say it's a red car. And I could say that they're silly dogs. Okay. So now I have my page 1 finished. I have 3 different nouns, stuff that I see in the picture. I have 3 different verbs talking about what's happening in the picture. I have 2 pronouns. So taking my nouns and describing them with different words, and then I have describing words, saying what things are like in the picture. And I think that means I'm ready to go to page 2. Write 1 to 2 sentences about today's image. Use each part of speech at least once. Highlight each part of speech with a different color. Okay. So I'm probably going to be clicking back and forth a little bit, but I remember that it was about dogs. Dogs are playing in a car. So let's go back and see. So dogs is a noun. Playing, that seems like something that's happening. So that's a verb. Car is a noun. So far, I need to write my second sentence. Now I can work in some pronouns and some describing words. I can say they, that's a pronoun, right? That lets me know that I'm talking about dogs without saying dogs again. They are very silly. It's not comma, period. All right. So now I have my 1 to 2 sentences. I used each part of speech at least once. I'm going to get my highlighter and I need a different color for each one. So I'm going to go back up here. Nouns were kind of orange, so I think I'm going to do that still. I'm going to make my nouns kind of orangey. Dogs is a noun. Car is a noun. What's happening? Verbs were green. I'm going to grab green. Playing. I know for sure that one's a verb. I don't know. There might be other verbs in there, but not one from the word bank. So I use it at least once. So I'm going to let it be that that's okay. I'm going to go with that. Pronouns are pink. Come up here. They. And then describing words. What color were our describing words? Purple. So I'm going to get purple. Silly is definitely what they're like. Right? Okay. So I filled in my whole word bank with words that are about the picture. And then on the second page, I wrote a little story about the picture using the words that we came up with. And I highlighted each part of speech a different color. I think that means I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and click the green check to turn it in.